a shout out. No, that's a black screen. There we go. I'm on my profile page, Adam, just in case. Let's see if I'm on. I can't get a comment. Let's see if I can go to Facebook here. Oh, there. Okay, there we go. Good afternoon. Hey, Jim Vaughn. All right, I know I'm on. There we are. Hey, everybody. So it's funny how, I don't know how your mind works as an entrepreneur, but it's very hard to turn off my brain. I'm always thinking, and I'll tell you, I've been doing these free training Tuesdays since in December. So I think, Michelle, how you doing? Good to see you. I always have a hard time popping these up when I'm the only moderator, but good to see you, Michelle. I assume you're still in Virginia. There's Jim Vaughn, my buddy Adam Homey. Good to see you guys. And so so I just actually did some coaching calls this morning. I just finished an interview with Matt Selhorst, who wrote a book called Boat Dealer Profit. So he was having me on. He said, Jim, tell everybody where you're doing your interview from a boat. So it kind of fit in. And but I was thinking this morning, the training I did a week ago Tuesday was I taught for an hour on Millionaire Mindset, and that was probably I got the most reaction, the most comments, and also the most messages and things like that. And so I had this thought this morning, and I don't know what sparked it, but I posted a question to Facebook, and the question was, would you dig harder for $100 than you would for $1,000? Or would you dig harder for $1,000 than you would $100? Yeah, I think I said that right. And, what I mean by that is if somebody told you they buried $100 in your yard, and maybe the neighbor said, that somebody told them there was $1,000 in their yard, and everything else being equal, would the guy or gal go out in their yard who knew there was $1,000 reward? Would they get up earlier? Would they dig deeper? Would they just not give up if they knew somewhere in their yard was $1,000? I think most people would say yes. Now, if it was only $100, I'm thinking that most people would start digging, but after the sun got hot, they got thirsty for $100. I'm going to go in the house. Oh, there's something I wanted to do. So pause that comment. Pause there for 1 second, because I see my buddy Adam's on. Adam, man, I am so proud of you. This is Adam Homey's new book. I hope that's kind of come out. Let me do this way. Groundhog Day is an event, not a business strategy. That might be backwards as I'm thinking about it, but I just got my copy. This is so brand new. Adam didn't send me one. I had to go to Amazon and get it, but I'm sure he's going to send me an autographed copy at some point. But Adam wrote this book, and Adam, like so many entrepreneurs, hey, Blue, we can see your tail, buddy. So many entrepreneurs know they should be writing a book, and Adam has been, like so many I got this book in my head, and Adam literally, it was about 60 days ago, we were on a coaching call, and he said something, and then I said, oh my God, that's it. That's the hook. That's the hook. Yes, as soon as I get it in my inbox. So Adam, can you see that? Is that, well, the reflection there. Let me fix that. Got my boat windows. It's pretty bright out. Right. How about that? Now we're level. Groundhog is an event, not a business strategy. I'll read this. Use the spring formula. So Adam is the creator of the spring formula to unearth the opportunities burrowed in your business. So you can see there's a big play on the groundhog. And in addition to being a pretty cool concept, because so many entrepreneurs do the same thing year in and year out. And so Adam and I were having this great conversation. Thank you, Jim. Adam and I were Jim is in Jacksonville, Florida. We are going to meet before we cut our lines and take off. So Adam and I said, man, that is such a great concept, because how many people year after year after year do the same thing and get the same result? So that kind of took off. Can you shut the door, Steph? That kind of took off on the whole groundhog thing. So let me get back to my what I wanted to share with you today, because I do have to have lunch and get back to my real job. So like I said, if it was only $100, most people would start digging. They'll get thirsty, the sun will get hot, and they'll give up after a while, because you know why? Because the potential reward is not big enough for the effort. So this is a classic example of the risk versus reward concept, using the pleasure side of the coin. The big debate. Do people go more toward pleasure or away from pain? So I say you'll exert some extra effort to gain $100, but 99% of the people would stop there. But I think also the people who are willing to exert, a small number of people would be willing to exert extra effort if they knew there was a bigger reward. But I said, how does this work for entrepreneurs who aren't chasing pleasure or aren't achieving all the success that they want and that they desire? Would it be better if they were to run away from pain? And so, like I said, a week ago, I did this training on Free Training Tuesday, which happens at dreambizgroup.com. That is my free Facebook group, which is the name of the free Facebook group is Build Your Dream Business Now. So if you're not part of our growing community, our movement of dream business entrepreneurs, you want to get over there. If you're in Facebook, which you are now, just put in Build Your Dream Business Now. That's the name of the group. But if you want to just click the link, dreambizgroup.com, we have that set up because it's easier to remember and it'll forward you right over there. Anyway, I ended the call by sharing the results of a little experiment that I did. So when I was in Cancun the week before that training, I was thinking about the training and what I wanted to share. And this is really important. So follow me here. If you're making lunch, just listen. But, so I did an experiment. I sent to a very small portion of my list. I don't know if it's a couple hundred. And I also posted it in our Facebook group. How many people are speakers and how many people, if you're a speaker, how many would like to learn how to sell from the stage, like to really close a lot more business when you're speaking? I think we got at least 50 or 60 replies. Yes, 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 me. And on Facebook kind of lit up. So the interest was there from people who were speakers. The desire was there from those speakers to want to learn how to close more business, how to bring in more dollars when you're on the stage. And by the way, this relates to being on a webinar also. And so the next day, I sent an email to the same people and I offered them, or I told them about my program. I have a home study course called How to Sell from the Stage Like a Pro. And it sells for $197. And this many people bought it. And I thought, well, is that embarrassing? Well, no, it actually proves my point because what I brought to the training was a great example. Desire is very common. Every entrepreneur, I would imagine, desires success, or if you're successful, whatever that means to you, you desire more success. But as with other areas of your life, there are very few people who are willing to do what it takes to achieve that business or to achieve that level of success. And so this morning, I was thinking about that lesson and about some of the questions that I got after the fact, because people still are watching it on replay, that I got from the people who attended the training. And I realized I left out a very important part. I taught for an hour, but I left out a very important piece of the Millionaire Mindset puzzle. And the reason for this part B live, Facebook Live, is I'm going to fix that error right now. So if chasing pleasure is something that you're more apt to do, right? You can say desire is part of your dream. You can say a successful business is part of your dream. Paying down debt is part of your dream. Achieving, the dream lifestyle that you want to have, living life on your terms. That can all be a powerful motivator. That's all chasing pleasure. But what's even more powerful, I have learned, is running away from pain. Let me explain. In my case, when I started my business, I was already heavily in debt from my almost a year and a half of unemployment, and I had cancer, and then, supporting my family during the very lean years of, first 3 to 5 years of my business. And there were things that I learned once I started getting mentored and working with other people. There were things that I learned I was not doing. I was not stepping up to grow my business faster. That's a lot of what I wrote my book Decides all about, the head trash book. It's right over here. So this is the book that I wrote. I explained all about all the things that were holding me back, the areas that I was being chicken, in my life, and how I eventually slayed every one of those fears, kicked those fears to the curb, slayed those demons, so to speak, and really started growing my business. But it wasn't so much the chasing of the pleasure, because I did want success. I desired success. It was that I needed to focus on the pain. And so while I wanted to be successful and I was really willing to work hard to achieve that success, I proved to myself that the desire to move forward, was not to a more pleasurable situation, was not enough to get me to step up my game. But the thought of this financial situation, and I was starting to think about financial ruin, whether bankruptcy. I mean, I really amassed a lot of credit card debt, keeping my family afloat, the mortgage paid, the insurance is paid, growing my business and doing this, that, and the other thing. So there was a point where it's like, how much more do I just keep putting into the business that the business is not self-sustaining? And it was that when I turned the corner and looked at, I wanted pleasure, no doubt about it. But the pain of bankrupting my family and myself was way more powerful of a motivator. All right. So the fact that I had this debt, the scary part was if I didn't keep investing in myself, in my training, in my mindset, in coaching, mentoring, and exhibiting, if I didn't keep putting out money that I really didn't have in order to grow the business that I knew I wanted, I would be stuck in this very slow growth pool, and I would never be able to kick the ass out of that mountain of debt that I had. So that's what I wanted to share with you here on this training was you can desire success and you can run toward pleasure, which would be a more successful business and higher income. But what you might want to focus on is the pain. What's not happening as a result of my not investing? So the question to you is this. I accept that you want to be successful. I accept that you desire success. Perhaps you have a strong desire and you're going to go out there and dig in that yard forever until you find that $1,000. And I accept that you would spend a couple hours in your yard trying to find even $100. No big deal. The question you have to ask yourself, if you truly want to build a dream business, I mean, attain financial freedom, pay down your debt, live life on your terms, does that level of effort, does the level of effort that you're putting in right now, does the level of risk that you're making in this future business, because you have your business now and you have the future business you want to have, does the level of effort, risk, and investment match the desire that you want to have to get there? Or are you willing to just dig for $100? So honestly, and the truth is most entrepreneurs will dig for $100. It's so easy. It is so easy to start a business today. Heck, you can put up a website. You can get your business cards at Vistaprint. There's not a lot of risk. So if you're putting out a minimal amount of risk and expecting a bigger reward than the effort and risk and investment you're making in your business, that's where the disconnect is. So I just want to share that with you. Everybody wants pleasure. I know Adam wants pleasure. Adam wants you to buy his book. So I'm going to recommend, I want to recommend you go to Amazon and buy Groundhog Day is an Event, Not a Business Strategy. I think from what I read of Adam's book, I didn't read it cover to cover, but this is really good stuff. I've known Adam for, I think, 11 years now. And the guy, I mean, I don't want to blow his head up too big, but I think he's brilliant. And the reason Adam's been with me for so long, and he takes complex and makes it simple. And there you go, Adam. Adam put a link in the group there. And I think this would be, first of all, you can get the Kindle if you want to do the $100 route, go for the Kindle. If you want to get a paperback, pop for the $25. But either way, get Adam's book, and I think that would be really helpful to you. I hope this little adjunct training that I did, which is a kind of a tag along to the Millionaire Mindset. By the way, if you're not in my Facebook group, Build Your Dream Business Now, you can join. I'll put a link in there, but dreambizgroup.com will take you there. But I'll put a link as soon as I'm done, and I can type without having you see me go like this. And you can scroll down, and the replay is still available. And this past Tuesday's training, I interviewed Lindsay Phillips, who was amazing. We talked about content marketing and things like that. But that is it. I want to share that with you. You can think about that yourself. Am I desiring success, or am I actually out there digging relentlessly for that $1,000 prize? There's plenty of people who will go for the $100, not many people who will go for the 1,000. And that's an exact example of where people are in their business and where the people who achieve high levels of success, they're out there, man. They're hiring a steam shovel. They're going to tear that entire yard down. I don't care what it costs to rent the steam shovel. So that's it. Hey, folks, thanks for joining me. I got to have lunch and get back to my day job at 1:00. But thanks for joining me, and I'll see you over at the dreambizgroup.com. You take good care.